The cast of Happy Days may have seemed like they were having a great time in the sitcom, but it was far from happy days for the show's stars. In this video, we'll explore the behind-the-scenes friction that developed between the show's actors. Marion Ross and Tom Bosley. Marion Ross, who played the mother, Marion Cunningham, revealed on the Today Show in 2018 that she didn't get along with her co-star Tom Bosley. If you think that's not awkward enough, Bosley portrayed her on-screen husband Howard, making their falling out especially uncomfortable for the two stars. Marion has previously stated her belief that Bosley had another actor in mind for the part, which fueled his dislike towards his on-screen wife. A visit to Fox's daytime show Good Day New York saw their relationship take a particularly sour note. According to Marion, Tom made it clear how much he disliked his co-star during their guest spot on the show. The actor called her various offensive names backstage before proceeding to undermine her around the program's production crew. Whenever Marion would attempt a conversation with these workers, Tom would swear and tell her nobody cared. Despite these backstage tensions, the pair eventually became firm friends. Tom later apologized for his disappointing behavior in a private event honoring Happy Days' Ron Howard for his achievements. In her memoirs, Marion recalls how the actor approached her and told her he did care about her opinions. The move touched Marion, who had just delivered a speech about Tom to her peers. Her on-screen husband clearly had a change of heart, and luckily he changed his attitude towards Marion Ross. Tom Bosley passed away in 2010 at age 83. Succumbing to lung cancer, Bosley's passing is one of several deaths from the Happy Days cast. His co-stars spoke fondly of Tom after the news was announced, and recalled memories of working with him. Even Marion Ross said they made the perfect couple, confirming the pair's clear fondness for one another despite their friendship's more shaky beginnings. Scott Baio and Don Most. In 2020, a more recent feud emerged between the Happy Days cast after actors Henry Winkler and Ron Howard, who played Fonzie and Richie, confirmed plans for a reunion to raise money for Wisconsin Democrats. This caused tensions to flare with Scott Baio, known for playing Chachi, because he disagreed strongly with the political nature of the reunion special. Baio is a strong Trump supporter and Republican, which meant he was opposed to fundraising for the Democratic Party. He believed Ron Howard was conspiring to use a classic show like Happy Days to promote an anti-American socialist. John Stamos offered to portray the role of Chachi in his absence, which Baio took further offense to. Don Most, known for his role as Ralph, was not impressed with Scott's action. Speaking to Fox News, the actor felt his co-star's actions were out of line and showed no consideration for his fellow cast members' views. Don also mentioned he used to play golf with Scott Baio, but claimed that due to the actor's comments, he likely won't be doing so again. Despite the controversy, the Happy Days reunion eventually made it to air. The one-off special was made available to stream online on Sunday, October 25th via the Wisdem's website. As expected, Scott Baio failed to appear, so the reunion was missing one key cast member. When asked if he would be appearing during the online reunion, Scott told Fox News he wouldn't be appearing as he, quote, didn't believe in socialism and Marxists, and commented how he found the event a little bizarre. He also aired his own theory that John Stamos, who had been confirmed for the reunion show, had always wanted to fulfill Baio's role as Chachi. The event featured a number of surprise celebrity guests, including Josh Gad and Yara Shahidi, who filled in as Happy Days characters Howard and Joni, respectively. The reunion involved the cast reuniting over Zoom and doing a table read of a few episodes from the third season. Joined by series writer Lowell Gantz, as well as Howard's daughter Paige, fans were overjoyed to see the cast together again. Scott Baio's absence remained unnoticed, with many viewers praising John Stamos as his replacement. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to Facts First for more, and stick around for more about Happy Days feuds. Ron Howard and Henry Winkler. Ron Howard and Henry Winkler currently maintain a great friendship, but their initial relationship was much more tense. When Winkler was introduced in the show's 5th season, he became an instant hit. This left Ron Howard seething with jealousy, who up to this point had been seen as the audience favorite. The 5th season opened with a 3-part story entitled Hollywood, which saw Fonzie hit the big time in America's movie capital. Fonzie's journey actually mimics Henry Winkler's rise to fame, who, upon debuting in Happy Days, became a major star overnight. Commenting in the Intelligencer Journal in 1977, Howard admitted he was taken aback by his co-star's sudden popularity. He felt that Henry's success saw the writer centering many of the show's narratives around Fonzie, whereas previously, Howard reckoned that 75% of the stories had been centered around his character, Richie. It was a stark change for Ron Howard, who suddenly found himself no longer the star of his own show. Appearing on the BBC's Graham Norton show, Howard claimed he was disrespected by Happy Days network execs. He slammed the execs for poor interaction, and he spoke candidly about how the press referred to him as a second-class citizen. Ron's point to the press and the executives was that Richie was supposed to be the lead, and Henry Winkler as Fonzie had usurped him. But despite Howard's reservations, the actor did admit it was exciting to see the audience's reaction towards Fonzie. He praised Henry Winkler's performance to Graham Norton, which he called remarkable. He also credited his experience co-starring with Winkler as the life event that pushed him to chase his dream of becoming a director. Seeing firsthand how fickle the audience can be in regards to their favorite TV stars, Howard realized how being an actor was a rather insecure profession. Thanks to the actor's professional attitude, the rivalry between the two stars didn't leave much of an impact behind the scenes. Henry Winkler commented to the Press Telegram he felt the studio atmosphere was very relaxing and that he liked his co-workers. With Ron Howard's unhappiness not carrying into the show's production, the pair were able to maintain an air of professionalism. Today, they consider themselves friends, with the history between them all but evaporated over the years. Although Ron Howard left Happy Days before its final episode in 1984, he remained in contact with his co-star for many years since his final appearance. Most recently, Henry Winkler has been known to attend Ron's birthday parties, proving the animosity between them is over. In 2019, Henry fondly discussed his friendship with Ron on Fox News, where he said the star gave him advice on dealing with his newfound fame on the set of Happy Days. Now it's time to hear from you. Who's your favorite Happy Days cast member? Let us know in the comment section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Factsverse if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.